Hi, I'm Julio Pabon, President of Latino Sports, and I'm with Troy Estefan magazine.
Yes, sir. We're sitting here with Julio Pabon from Latino Sports, not Latin Sports, so you people will know because I made a mistake months ago. So how are you today?
I'm doing fine.
Can you tell the people where you're from?
Well, right now I'm from the boogie down South Bronx, but I'm originally from Guayama, Puerto Rico.
Before Latino Sports, who was Julio Pabon?
Oh man, Julio Pabon has been a little bit of everything, man. It's like been an activist, teacher, a consultant, director for youth programs, counselor, gangbuster, and an organizer.
So you sound like you're a good helper of the community. So why create Latino Sports instead of doing all those other things?
This was an outgrowth of that. It's the same thing. If you would ask me years before I did this, would I ever be running a business like Latino Sports, I would have looked at you like if you're crazy. Like most of my businesses, they're all not something that I planned. Latino Sports is a result of an injustice that I felt took place when in 1989 I was in Puerto Rico vacationing, minding my business with my family, and there was a commotion on January 6th, like today, celebrating Three Kings in Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, in the Hilton, by the pool, you know, and I overheard this commotion of men at the edge of the pool by the bar talking. And, you know, when Puerto Ricans, like most Latins, when they talk, you know, they're excited, it sounds like it's a fight. So I couldn't help but to hear, and they were saying words that meant something to me because I've heard them before here. Like they were talking about discrimination, they were talking about an insult, you know, that, you know, we've been overlooked. So I asked my friend, who was the one who was like hosting me in Mayagüez as a friend, you know, go visit him. I said, you know, what are they talking about? He said, you haven't heard? I said, heard what? He said, bro, man, Ruben Sierra. And I said, what about Ruben Sierra? You know, I'm from New York. I'm a Yankee fan. Ruben Sierra was playing for the Texas Rangers. His third year in the majors. He had rocked the American League in, just about all the categories. Of the 7 offensive categories, Ruben led the league in 5. So he says to me, you know, Ruben Sierra, most people in Puerto Rico thought that he was going to be the most valuable player. And that would have been cool. Now, I did not know anything about this because this is 1989, before the internet, before Twitter, before Facebook, before, you know, ESPN,
right,
before, you know, cable. So newspapers in New York basically covered New York teams. So, you know, once in a while you might read something about another player somewhere else. But I knew of Ruben Sierra only because I had heard him before, but nothing major. So when I went over to the group, he introduced me. These were all reporters that were there for lunch, and they were talking about what had just happened.
Right.
And they were all insulted. So I said, you know, I agree with you. When they educated me to who Ruben Sierra was, I said, you know what, I agree with you. When I get back to New York, I'm going to organize something, and the Texas Rangers have to come play in New York because all the teams come, either American or National Leagues, have to come through here. So I said, when the Texas Rangers come to New York, I'm going to go to the parking lot where the buses come and bring the players, and I'm going to get some kids, and we're going to go and wait online there. And when Mr. Sierra gets out of the bus, I'm going to say to Mr. Sierra, you know, excuse me, can you give me a minute? And we want to give him something and let him know you are a most valuable player to our kids.
Wow.
We take pride in great food and giving great service. Whether it's a Tuscan 6 cheese or the works, Papa John's is proud of the quality and taste that is delivered through and through. We serve chicken wings, chicken strips, breadsticks, and more to satisfy each individual appetite. Papa John's is in the Walk Hill Plaza, located at 400 Route 211, Middletown, New York. And we also cater. For pickup and delivery, call 845-326-5050. Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
So these guys heard me and they were like, "You serious? So what are you going to, and how and when and what?" So one of them asked me, "Yo, can you come and I'm having a radio program in about an hour." So they whisked me away. My wife, of then looked at me like, "I can't believe you. We're here on vacation and you're leaving us in the pool." I said, "Yo, they just want to, I'll be back." Bottom line is that I went to this radio program and I spoke on the program and people asked me the same question about why. And I said, "Look, I was a school teacher here years before I was working the job that I had then. And I always remember being a school teacher that kids, they get motivated when they see positive role models." Mm-hmm. And I said, very rarely did I see Puerto Ricans get motivated.
Right.
Once in a while, I'll see African American kids come in because, Sugar Ray Leonard at the time was doing his thing, or Martin Hagler or something, and they just beat somebody up, in the ring. So the kids next day, come to school and say, "Yo, did you see Marvin? Did you see, Sugar Ray? Or did you do this?" But we didn't have too many positive role models for Puerto Ricans.
Right.
And so I said, you know what? We need positive role models. So here goes a black Puerto Rican, grew up in the projects, poor family. Mm-hmm. One of his siblings, is a dope fiend. And the guy's a dropout. And the guy makes it to the highest level of his profession. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't get recognized. Right. I said, no, kids need to see that. So that's why I'm doing it. So people started calling in from all over the island, saying, "Yo, that's great. Que yo puedo hacer para ayudarte? What can I do to help you?" And somebody called and said, "Would you like to meet Ruben Sierra?" This was a guy who worked for the Texas Rangers. It was an agent. So I said, "Yeah." So before I came back to New York, I wound up meeting Ruben Sierra, and they told him what I was planning to do. And he said, "Look, you really don't have to do anything. It's okay." And I said, "Well, with all due respect, this is your third year in the majors, and you rocked it. I guarantee you that you're going to be very successful. You're going to be making a lot of money. But there's a lot of kids that perhaps might never have the opportunity to be somebody. And perhaps just hearing that a guy like you made it might be the motivation they need." And he said, "You know what? That's cool. What do you want to do?" So I said, "I don't know. When you come to New York, we'll do something for you." He said, "Yo," so he gave me his number. Took a piece of bag, a paper bag, and he wrote me his number. He said, "Call me." So I came back to New York. I wound up doing an event, calling my friends, and I said, "Look, I got myself into this pickle, man. I got a big mouth." I said, I did another one, and I said, "What did you do?" I said, "Look, I said I was going to do this, man." So people said, "Yo, just get a couple of people, buy some tickets, and we'll get the kids over there. And when he comes out, we'll just, because, the old Yankee Stadium, you could wait outside where the parking lot, where you see the players come in." So I figured out, that's my mentality. I figured we'll get a plaque, we'll go there. And then I called a couple of my friends who had, like, one guy had a barbershop, another, a person had a beauty salon, another guy had a grocery store. And I told them what I was doing, and they all told me, "Yo, I want to get down." So what we did was, since I've always been a good, marketing person, I said, "I'll tell you what, I'm going to go to El Diario and ask them how much would it cost to get the centerfold." So the centerfold was $2,000. So I raised $2,000, almost $3,000. I bought the centerfold of El Diario, had them put a picture of Ruben Sierra, and to say, on this day. So what I thought, the extra money, I went to Yankee Stadium and I bought like 150 tickets. Right. And then I went to some of the little leagues here and I said, "Look, I'm going to give you 10 tickets for 10 kids to come and watch us give this guy this award." And then I went to the Yankees and told the Yankees, "Look, I bought 150 tickets. Can I come and give this guy an award, somewhere, and then, we'll be watching the game?" And they said, "No, that the Yankees are not in the habit of giving a non-Yankee player an award."